things are getting more serious around Paradise.
This has been the most wild season of Bachelor in Paradise yet, and we are here to look at what's gonna go down next week. Hey guys, and welcome back to another Shared News from Home. I am your host, Zachary Reality, joined today by Fiona Zaring, and we are going to get into the crazy clips that are going down next week. But before we do that, I want to remind everyone to subscribe and ring the bell so you never miss a video. Fiona, how insane has this season of Paradise been?
I literally have no words. Every episode I think based on the promos and all the drama, I have an idea of where it's going to go, and my jaw just drops week after week. It has been unbelievable.
No, literally same, because we dissect these promos every week and we think we know what's going to go down. Maybe we'll see a spoiler on the internet. And then when the episode airs, everything goes out the window. Everything becomes the most dramatic, insane thing ever. So I'm so excited to see if we can dissect what goes down next week, because I don't know if anything could top the Brendan and Pieper saga that was this week. But let's take a look at our first clip and see what's next for Natasha.
My Paradise experience has been based on lies.
If you're already in a relationship, that defeats the purpose of coming.
If you're already in a relationship, that defeats the purpose of coming here. I mean, is that a valid statement, Fiona?
Oh my gosh, it so is. And I feel like this little shot that we just saw has some call to the principal's office energy. I have to say, in the second episode from this week, I just kept thinking, why isn't everyone yelling at Brendan and Pieper? Why aren't they in trouble? So this moment has given me some hope. I hope Titus, holds them accountable and calls them out.
I think that they will. I mean, it was kind of strange to see Chris and Elena get basically voted off of the island. This has truly become a different show. And I think the reason why the show is so loose is because the hosts are changing every single week. There's no Chris Harrison. There's no structure anymore. I mean, there's been episodes where there has been no host even on the entire episode, or Lil John or whoever will come in for a minute. We haven't seen Lil John yet, but we will. And I feel like there's just no structure. And Grocery Store Joe has just become the mayor of Paradise, and he's voting people off of the island every single week. I mean, do you really think Natasha's entire experience was based on lies, or do you think Brendan was actually into her?
No, I think the whole thing was based on lies. I feel like she's right. I think Brendan truly believed he was going to arrive in Paradise and Pieper was going to come down those steps before the first rose ceremony. I think he really did not think it was going to be this difficult for him. He scrambled. He did what he had to do to survive. And unfortunately for him, I think that if he had shown some different colors and handled this a little bit more delicately, we all wouldn't have had to turn on them. But it is what it is, and now it's just everyone rooting for Natasha, hoping some miracle happens and sets this right for her.
Everyone really is rooting for Natasha, and I truly do believe that her experience was based on lies as well, but I had to ask the question. I mean, Brendan and Pieper are getting a lot of heat right now on social media as well as on the beach, but luckily for them, they did have Chris and Elena for a second, I guess, to distract them, but they're still getting confronted. No one has forgotten about them. So let's take a look at this next clip to see what goes down.
They're the villains of their own story.
I know you guys wrote the rule book of relationships.
Stop.
Oh, I have been waiting for this Demi and Brendan fight for a long time. It was previously teased episodes ago, weeks ago, that Brendan was going to call Demi phony and that the two of them were going to get into this fight. And I didn't know that it would happen so late in the season, because I thought it would happen earlier, because we know that Brendan and Demi originally went on a date, one of the first couple of episodes. So I thought it was about that. Now that I know it's about this, I mean, it is all going down. What do you think we can expect from this showdown, Fiona?
Oh my gosh, this is the showdown that Brendan and Pieper deserve. I feel like Natasha handled the initial betrayal with so much grace. She was so pragmatic. She was so incredible. But I wanted a Demi level blow up. I wanted them to be held to the standard that I think Demi's going to hold them to. And honestly, everything happens for a reason in Paradise, right? She was not happy after their date. She has been feeling snubbed and annoyed with Brendan for weeks now and just kind of keeping a lid on it. Now Demi has the perfect excuse to literally just let him have it. And I'm really excited for it because I don't know, it was hard to watch everyone be so angry at Chris when I'm sitting here so mad at Brendan. I'm ready for him to have to answer to this.
I mean, 100%. A Demi blow up is everything we need. Brendan definitely needs to be held accountable, but a lot of people are going to call out Demi as well because she came on Bachelor in Paradise a couple years ago with a girlfriend. I think that the circumstances maybe were different in the fact that the girlfriend never was on the show before. I think that The Bachelor wanted to obviously show a more diverse relationship, happy pride, but it still is the same situation. So is Demi calling the cat black? What is that phrase?
Is she the pot calling the kettle black? You know what? When you
Yeah.
spell it out that way, 100%, right? Like if she came to Paradise with a pre-existing relationship, that person ended up on the beach, yes. Like literally no question here. And she probably will face some heat for that. Selfishly, I don't know that I even care though, because I'm kind of ready for this moment. But no question, right? It's a little hypocritical.
A little bit. I mean, Demi, she's calling the pot the kettle black. She's stirring the pot. I mean, she needs her own line of pots and pans at this point. Demi has just been giving us so much drama all season long. And I mean, I have a feeling that she's going to go home. There's going to be a lot of people going home next week because we finally have a rose ceremony. We have not had one in like 2 episodes, maybe 3. It's been a minute. So we're going to get to see, some of the happy couples come out of this. I'm really excited for the second half of the season. So in this next clip, we are going to see some of the couples get hot and heavy, and it might be a little cringy. So let's take a look.
Things are getting more serious around Paradise.
People are getting wild. The best chocolate sundae I ever had.
Oh my God. I mean, Riley, in defense, he does need to be made up for not being able to get that chocolate cake. But whipped cream, I mean, Riley and Marissa have been hot and heavy since the second Riley stepped down on the beach. Fiona, I hate to put you in this position, but I mean, would you ever lick whipped cream off of someone's toes? Because I personally wouldn't.
You know what? To each their own. I don't think personally with all that sand and the beach environment, definitely don't
Crabs.
think I would be that experimental. Yeah, but you know what? Good for them. They are truly one of my all-time favorite couples this season. I think they are so fun. I think they are so in sync. And they have this like realness quality that actually makes me think they might make it way past Paradise. So totally into those two. I have to say, Mari and Kenny are back. They are hot and heavy. The makeout scenes that we have seen of Mari and Kenny always make me like go like this, but I'm so happy for those two. So happy they found each other. It's going to be pretty interesting to see who else kind of joins their ranks because we don't have that many solid couples right now.
We have like 2 solid couples. And honestly, I am not fully on board yet with the Kenny and Mari train. Like I originally was so here for them, love them, but I'm not gonna lie. And like I was upset with Mari. I was upset with the way she handled the Demi situation, the cake situation. I mean, Mari has been very wishy-washy. And I know she told Kenny on, last night's episode that she's ready to be committed to him. But, I'm all about action as well as Kenny is. So I know it's going to take him a couple days. It's going to take me a couple of days. If Mari and Kenny can get back on, back on track, back on the same page, then maybe I will, as a viewer and a fan, get back on that relationship too. But right now I'm not feeling it completely against it. I just can't get on board with it yet. So we'll have to see how that one develops. And, there are some other couples left on the beach that will get closer throughout time. And there is a lot of girls left. Fiona, I mean, are there 16 girls left? 17? There's a lot.
There's like 100 girls. There's like 100 girls and like 50 of them don't have guys.
Yeah, so next week we're going to see a rose ceremony, thank God, and maybe a few of the girls will, unfortunately, but fortunately go home because we do want to see it get down to the remaining couples. So let's take a look at this next clip to see who we can predict going home.
Tonight is the most amount of people that are at risk of going home.
I'm not ready to go home. I want to stay here. I haven't given up yet.
A sense of panic is kind of slowly setting in.
I literally forgot James was still there. Honestly, Fiona, I think this is going to be the end of Demi. I think that it's her time. I think she did what she had to do, and I think she's going to go home. I mean, who else is going to go home?
It's hard because, yeah, I have to say I agree with you. I think it might be the end of Demi. I think it might be the end of Kendall. I think it might be the end of Tia. I think it might be the end of Natasha, right? Like, there are just so many girls who have not been able to find a solid connection on the beach. And it does feel like just the way we've been getting episode after episode, the imbalance of girls to guys has been so drastic feeling because some of these early girls just didn't connect with the original guys, right? And so those connections didn't work out, yet they just keep sending more and more girls in, and it feels like those connections aren't working out. So it's kind of going to be a bloodbath for the girls this week, I think.
100%. And Alea and McKenna haven't even got officially sent in yet. I'm sure they will be sent in throughout the season, but Jasenia is also in jeopardy. Chris left the beach, Elena left the beach. Who's gonna get her? Who's gonna give her a rose? Like, who knows what is gonna happen? I think Natasha could still try and find a thing. I mean, Ivan is still available. James is still available. There still is options. I mean, Tammy is also in jeopardy as well. There is a lot of chaos that will happen next week. But you bring up Kendall, and I think Kendall, we still need to figure out what is going on here. Is Kendall talking to Serena? Is Joe gonna give Kendall another chance? Is she gonna leave the beach? Let's take a look at this next clip and see if we can dissect what will go down.
It feels overwhelming to see Joe kissing someone else.
I'm gonna fall in love with you.
Really? I don't want to be here.
Is she leaving?
Things are beginning to unravel.
And Noah's like, things have already unraveled. Things have been unraveling. Like, where have you been? In your corner with Abigail? I mean, do you feel bad for Kendall, or do you think she set herself up?
I haven't really understood Kendall at all, to be honest with you, throughout this process, because she and Joe sat, at least from what we've seen, right? They sat down on that little beach thing. They had their conversation, and they basically sort of tiptoed into rehashing the same issues that they broke up over, didn't find any common ground, and then just went their separate ways. Seems like they're both mature people, right? In the midst of all the drama and chaos going on, there haven't been any blow-ups between them, any blow-ups between Serena and Kendall, but I haven't understood what she's really doing there, because all we've seen, right, is her kind of gabbing and hanging out with the girls. So she's not really pursuing Joe, and she's not really pursuing anybody else. So yeah, I feel like it's gonna be her time to go. She's just kind of like had a couple of days in Mexico, had some awkward run-ins with an ex, and now it's time for it to come to an end.
Sounds like a really successful, productive trip. I mean, Kendall really got the most out of Paradise. I mean, she didn't get a date card. She didn't talk to any of the men, which is what we thought we were going to see from her. She seems like she wants to date Joe. I want to see her talk to Serena before she leaves. If she could just have that one conversation with Serena P before she dips out on the beach, because it looks like by this clip, she's just going to dip. I also don't know how Joe will react to her leaving. Is he going to feel a certain type of way? I mean, we saw that in this clip that he said he's falling in love with Serena, but that doesn't mean he still won't feel heartache when Kendall leaves the beach. Is he going to try and console her? Is he going to chase after her? I don't know what's going to happen, but I want to see Serena and Kendall have that conversation and have that closure. How do you think that would go? Let's pretend you want to be Serena and I'll be Kendall. I mean, how is this going to go?
Sure. You want to kick us off?
So, Serena, what is your relationship with Joe? I still love him.
Okay. I feel like Serena would be very respectful, and she would say something like, I totally hear you, Kendall. I understand you guys are in different stages of life. This really doesn't make sense for him right now. I think you need to respect that he's moved on and go out and live your best life. And if she doesn't say that, somebody needs to tell Kendall that, so she leaves.
Someone needs to let her know. But I'm going to ask you as Serena, are you moving to Chicago?
I think Serena would totally be open to potentially moving to Chicago. Or remember, keep in mind, the big issue between Kendall and Joe, right, is that at a certain point in their relationship, it was time for Kendall to be the one that made the sacrifice. Joe moved to Los Angeles. He invested that time in a place that, wasn't his for their relationship. What seems to be the straw that broke the camel's back was her unwillingness to do the same. So Joe and Serena don't necessarily need to jump into immediately moving to the other person's place or dealing with all that. They're a new couple, right? Their slate is clean. It's just about when the time comes, will Serena be willing to give Joe whatever it is that he gives to her? That's going to be the question.
Yeah, that's a fair point. I cannot wait to see how their relationship plays out, and I think they're definitely gonna be in it for the long haul, so we will have to see, but Kendall, it's been your time. I hope you enjoyed your experience. We do have another clip here of Tammy. Now recently, Becca just decided to go on a date with Thomas. Tammy was pursuing Thomas. Tammy just got out of things with Aaron, who also had a thing with Becca, and then Aaron and Thomas are also mortal enemies. We cannot forget that phrase. So Tammy is in for a rough next week because we have another love square. So let's take a look at this clip.
Everyone told me, and I believed you.
What is more dramatic, the love square that is Kenny, Tia, Mari, and Demi, or the love square that is Aaron, Thomas, Becca, and Tammy?
I don't even know. I mean, honestly, the fact that Thomas now has found himself with two girls who were initially with Aaron, and Aaron is still letting him walk around that beach is truly baffling to me. I cannot believe Aaron has not blown up on him yet, just because he so passionately dislikes him. I don't know though, and I'm curious for your take on this, how I'm going to feel watching Tammy this next episode be this upset. Because she had that extremely mature, extremely level-headed conversation with Becca, where she, very, I think, kindly said, I left the door open for him. I respect you coming to me. If you want to go explore that, go explore that. And it feels like now, based on what we just heard there, she's acting as though Thomas sort of betrayed her. So that doesn't feel like door open. Like, I'm curious if something else is going to happen. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how I'm going to feel watching all of this unfold.
I don't know if she feels like Thomas betrayed her. I think she might just be heartbroken because she was really excited about Thomas and interested in him. So I think she just might be like more upset that he is probably going to choose Becca. But I mean, Aaron kind of said it best. You deserve to cry. I mean, that was a little harsh, but like Aaron kind of said it best. Like she did. We cannot forget that she totally made out with Thomas in front of Aaron's mortal enemy, which is the exact same thing that Chris did with Elena and Jasenia. Like there is so many double standards on this beach. That is why I'm just so shocked that Chris and Elena were the ones that had to leave, because literally everyone else is doing the same thing. And Tammy, karma's going to bite you in the butt when you're on Paradise. It's just the name of the game. You got to be respectful to everyone's time. You don't want to be making out with people in front of people that you were dating. Like it just gets messy. And Becca really handled that situation very maturely. So I think, she's going to end up on top. And she's also is the Bachelorette. So Tammy, it's been great, but I want to see Tammy and McKenna. Do you think we're going to see that? Now I'm worried that Tammy's going to get sent home.
The thing is, since I do think we're really going to be cleaning house this week, I just don't understand how they could send more girls in before this rose ceremony, because they would just immediately be sent home. There is not enough guys. So unless Tammy manages to get a rose somehow, some way, I don't think we're going to see that McKenna-Tammy confrontation, because sending McKenna in right now wouldn't make sense.
Why couldn't Tammy just be invited to the VIP party? Was she not a VIP? I honestly wonder if McKenna literally told producers, like, I will go to Paradise on one condition. You do not put me on the same beach as Tammy. And then that's why the two of them might not cross paths. But we'll talk about that next week. But there's going to be some more people coming in that could, get people excited. We know Dr. Joe is probably going to be there. Ed is going to be there. There's going to be some new faces, some new guys and girls. We still have a few more episodes left of the season. So we do have one final clip to look over, and then I want to hear your thoughts.
Coming up next.
Speaking of new faces, Lil John is entering the building. Now, did you know that Lil John has actually been on The Bachelorette before? He actually was on Becca Koof's season. There was a one-on-one date between Becca and Blake, and Lil John came in and kind of hosted the date. And it was one of those dates where you like crash plates and break things and get your aggression out. So it seems like Lil John might be a Bachelor fan. Are you excited to see him on the beach?
I am so excited. And I think it's actually so funny how this is working out, that Becca will literally be there again.
Yeah.
It's like Lil John and Becca. They just keep finding their way to each other. I think he's going to bring a lot. Yeah, exactly. I think he's going to bring a lot of really fun energy to the beach, especially knowing how many bombs just like may or may not be dropping at any moment right now. Things are so crazy already. Cannot wait to see him get in there and just really mix things up.
Oh, it's gonna be so juicy and so good. I hope that him and Becca have that, reuniting moment that they deserve. And if it doesn't work out with Thomas, I think Little John's available. Do you know if he's available?
I actually don't know, but I
Well,
would be
he's
all
on the
here for
beat.
it.
Yeah, why not? Give him a rose. We can't have all the girls go home yet. Not yet. Well, that is our previews of next week. Next week is going to be so crazy, so exciting. So that is everything we have to share with you guys. Before you guys go, don't forget to comment down below your thoughts. What do you guys think is going to happen next week? What can you predict with Jasenia, Tammy, Demi, Mari? So many faces, so many new faces. And before you guys go, don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell because we'll be back with more Bachelor in Paradise updates all season long. As always, I'm your host, Zachary Reality, joined today by the lovely Fiona Zaring. Our social media handles are on the screen right now. Give us a follow. Come talk all things Bachelor with us. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will catch you next Tuesday. See you later.